Hello again everyone and welcome back. You are watching Mark on Motoring, and here we have a very quick channel update. So this is going to go pretty quick, so pay attention, try and keep up. So, a few things that's been going off recently. We discovered a small hole in one of the chassis rails on the Megane, so we cut out a plate to cover over there, and I actually had a neighbour who very kindly did me a weld on that. Obviously it had to be seam welded all the way around in order for it to pass its next MOT. So a quick weld around there, and then it was just all smoothed off and undersealed, ready to go again. That wasn't the only issue with the Megane. I also tried to do a bit of an audio upgrade. So I purchased a head unit, which the fascia looked like one from a higher model, but it turned out to be one the same as I already had. That was returned for a full refund. You'll see a bit more about that in another video. So, next job was the battery on the Megane. The one I had was actually borrowed from my dad's Renault Zoe. They do have a normal battery, even though it's an EV, to run ancillary equipment. Now the battery is to the same spec as on the Megane, so I used that one. It was a few years old, but obviously it had not been cranking an engine and was in reasonable health. The car did start, it seemed a little hesitant in starting if the car had been stud, so we replaced it, put another battery on. Now that hasn't really made a great deal of difference for whatever reason, I don't know why, but the car does always start. It just seems to take a few more turns before it fires if the car's been stood for several hours. With these little jobs out of the way, the Megane was actually taken on a little bit of a run to the seaside just to try and prove the vehicle, make sure it's capable of doing a few miles. Obviously there was a much bigger trip planned in the very near future. So the car was also exhibited at a local classic car show. But then the car actually ended up being used as a daily for a while because my wife's Fiat 500 had a failure of the clutch linkage, which it just so happens is hydraulic, and it took best part of 2 weeks, so she ended up using my 500 while I used the Megane as a daily. Another thing I've been trying to address is some of the equipment being used and the editing. So we've now got some new editing software on the PC, as opposed to doing everything entirely on a phone. And we're also dabbling with using some external audio devices and then syncing the audio afterwards.